Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Salutations to the elect brothers pushing the truth with sincerity across all four corners of the globe. Alright, the time is approaching where the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to make his second coming. And right now we out here to warn the people and to prophesy about the downfall of this place that y'all ignorantly call America, which is modern day Babylon. Alright? So we can make this second Exodus. And so we can watch and usher in the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of righteousness. Because this kingdom that we living in right now is Esau's kingdom, and it's a system and a kingdom of wickedness. Alright? So as we, watch the unfold of prophecies being fulfilled come down the pipeline, we see that this place is circling the drain. Alright? And we hope that we do our duty to feed the Lord's sheep. So, y'all could be prepared to get out of here and be saved through salvation. Alright? Be beamed up for the elect. Alright? For you other nations, we just gonna sit back and watch the judgment unfold. Because right now, everybody living it up, except but the Lord's people. Alright, everybody eating high off the hog, so to speak. Alright? Every nation is doing business with the harlot. Alright? And who's that harlot? America is the harlot. Alright? Everybody got relations with America. So when you see things happening and you see that, wars are breaking out, this is the form of rumors of wars. The actual wars that's going to take place hasn't happened yet. These are orchestrated wars because they all in business together. Alright? The scriptures that I bring out is going to reveal that. And it's in Revelations 18. Alright, and it reads, Revelation 18 starting from verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Alright? So all you nations have drunk of the wine, and y'all have become intoxicated off the wrath of her fornication. Alright? And that's trusting in her system. Alright? And doing business with her. Secretly and openly. So these things are being revealed, man. Y'all being exposed. Y'all gonna try to drink as much of the wine from the harlot as y'all can. And America does business with everybody. Everybody's getting a little piece of her. Because what is a harlot? Somebody who sells themselves. Alright? Anybody who got the right price. There's no discrimination. That's why the Lord used her, the harlot, as a representation of modern day Babylon. Alright? And the wine of her fornication is her philosophies, her democracy, All right. Reading on, and it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Right, they all in bed. All these other nations are in bed with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of the delicacies. Right, they get rich, they come to America, get rich, open up businesses. All right, they do banking with America. All right, open up offshore accounts through these big bankers of America. And everybody's getting a small, everybody's getting a piece of the pie, so to speak. All right. That's why every other nation looks at Israel as like the lowest of the low, because we not getting a piece of the pie. Even though we the apple of the Lord's eye. All right. We the chosen people, but they looking at us as the lowest, because they like, where's your business with America? We don't got no business with America. All right. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Right, so come out of her, my people, is what I was saying. We don't have no stake in the harlot's affairs. All right, there's no big business for us here. All we is as captives. All right, some people get a little piece of the pie through doing their slave work, acting, athletes, bankers. However you getting your small little piece of change that look like something is minute compared to the businesses that these other nations are doing with the harlot. All right. So the voice is saying, come up out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Right, because all her dealings is wickedness. All right. They rape, rob, and murder every nation, even though the other nations don't even care what they doing to their people when they colonize. They don't care. They just happy to be a part of it and getting something out of it as well. All right. These other nations will bomb their own country, or let America bomb their own country and think nothing of it because they not getting bombed. All right. They looking at it as collateral damage. All right. It says, be not partakers of her sins, and that she receive not of her plagues. Right. So when you stay away from the heathen, which is in Matthew 10:5, do not go in the way of the heathen. When you stay away from the customs and the ways of the heathen, you're not partaking in you're not going to be a part of their judgment when those plagues come to them. You're going to be spared because you chose to do the righteous things and live righteously like how the Lord intended Israel to live. All right, you didn't live wickedly and receive ill-gotten gains. So you won't receive part of the plagues that's to come too when the Lord come back to judge this place. All right. Reading on, it says, for her sins have reached on to heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Right. So when that day of judgment come, whoever was joining hand with her is going to be dealing with the plagues or the destruction or the judgment that's coming to this place, man. All right. For the Lord said her sins have reached on to heaven. All right. So they exceeded their level of wickedness on this earth to the point where the Lord is ready to come back and get busy. All right. So be thankful that you're not of these other nations and partaking in her delicacies, man. If you don't got no stake in this battle, then you on the right track. You a part of, helping this machine grow, and not helping the Lord's word be edified or brought out, then you are, you're not helping the Lord's cause. You're against the Lord's cause. So you will receive of her plagues. All right. And although these other nations are eating lovely, being drunken off the fornication of her wine, all right, they too are gonna get put on them the spirit of going against a harlot, all right. They too will definitely go through that and realize that they're gonna pick up and cut ties with the harlot, all right, and leave when shit hit the fan. For those who can leave, all right. So they, just like with a harlot, you don't have no real personal relationship with a prostitute or a harlot. You do your dirt, and that's it. You pay her, and you move on. You get what you get, she get what she get, and y'all go y'all way. All right. But that time is gonna come where the nations is gonna see that there's nothing left there, and when the time comes, they gonna treat that harlot like if they never knew her. All right. Like if she was a piece of trash in the street, the way they gonna do away with her. And how is that? When they turn their backs and rebel and want to fight, all right? And that's what the Lord going to put on them, the spirit of rebel against this harlot, against the democracy, and just be like, fuck it, and we going to war. And then Joel, let's go to Joel 3 and 10, see what that says. Show you what it says. They're gonna do away with any type of commerce or business with this harlot, and they're gonna have a military might that's gonna feel like they can, be opposed to her and be ready to fight. This is Joel 3 and 10. Chapter 3, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. So after they get finished doing commerce with them, man, they're going to invest in the money to build up a military might where the weak going to say they are strong and have nuclear capabilities where they can, put up their hands and shoot the fade with Babylon. All right. You got a few nations that's strong enough to go against her right now, but they all gonna go against her. All right. Everybody's gonna turn their back on the harlot, which is modern day America. All right. That rides upon the dragon, which is Esau's system, Esau and his democracy and his whole system, all right? But the harlot is America, all right? And that time is coming where, everybody's going to turn their back on this place, so they know it's going to be used up. America's already almost used up. So, Lord willing, I hope that was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.